Now, gentles all, prepare yourselves. My finale shall be a hair-raising experience. And now, one last treat.
Shoo, get away.
I have another volunteer from the audience.
Yourself. Ow! Why, you...
Yes, you, sir. Yes, you. Sir, a shilling says I can make you jump.
A shilling says you can't.
I'll take some of that.
Me too.
I'll
Here's
take
a
your
shilling.
bet.
Take hold of this, my friend. That's all for today, my friends. Come again tomorrow. You may cast The Cost of Doubting Dr. Spencer in here. And thank you. Ta-ta. So kind. Thank you.
I want to see it.
I beg your pardon?
The electromagnetic generator. I know the Europeans were working on it, but I didn't... Can I see it?
Well, I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you do. I'll give you £20 for it.
Mr.?
Franklin. Benjamin Franklin. If you could wait here, I'll bring you 30.
Mr. Franklin, you confuse me. Furthermore, your insinuation that my gift is the product of some electro-whatever, that I find particularly offensive.
All right, 40.
Skill and talent cannot be purchased, Mr. Franklin.
£50 and not a tuppence more.
Oh, you bought yourself a generator.
What is it?
Oh, it makes electricity.
Electricity?
You know, Mother. The electrical show where the man makes sparks. This is how he does it.
Better get it inside.
So, now you're going to be a magician.
No, Deborah.
Be careful there, easy.
Let's see now. I'll need lots of space, dear. I hope you don't mind if I keep it down here in the main room. Oh, gently now.
Being a printer, a fire chief, and postmaster general isn't enough. Now you're going to sell shocks?
Oh, no. Electrical experiments are much more than amusement. Observe. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but whatever it is, it's important. The power of the future. The friend of mankind. Yow!
Fire, Mr. Franklin. Fire.
Oh, horse feathers. I'll be back.
Oh, Ben.
Two lines running from the pump. Take ladders to the back. Go.
Oh, looks like another storm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Ah! Ben!
Curious, isn't it?
Oh, you've been acting like such a child lately.
I can't figure out what it is.
What is?
There's something important here, Deborah. I know it. Some general use for mankind. I just can't.
It's a novelty, Ben. An annoying one at that.
Mr. Franklin, we got another one.
Another fire.
Lightning struck a tree up at Mr. Miller's. We gotta hurry.
Oh, dear. I've got to run. Aw, pigeon lips.
First, you get rid of that thing.
It's more than a novelty, Deborah. And as soon as these blasted fires give me a rest, I'm going to prove it to you.
It's a sign of the times, Mr. Franklin. A sign of the times.
I beg your pardon, Justice Hill?
God is angry.
Mr. Franklin, is it lost? Is my house lost?
No, Mr. Miller. A little roof repair and it'll be as good as new.
Oh, thank heavens. And thank you, too, Mr. Franklin. Usually my chicken bone necklace keeps away lightning and evil spirits. Guess I'll just have to get a new one.
God was satisfied to give you a warning this time, Mr. Miller. You best take heed and change your ways.
Well, I haven't done anything wrong.
When God dispenses justice, it isn't at random, sir. He strikes precisely where he means to.
Begging your pardon, Justice Hill, sir, but I hardly think that every bolt of lightning is a punishment from God.
No? Well, pray tell, Mr. Franklin, what is it then?
Well, I'm not sure, but...
You're not sure, but I am. It's a tool to remind sinners, heathens, and men of science to repent.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this first annual electrical picnic. I'm sure you will find it a shocking experience. Let us begin by drinking a toast to all the great electricians of Germany, Holland, France, and America. Now, dinner will be cooked by an electrically induced fire. That's strange. Something's wrong. All right, William. One more time.
Ben! Ben!
I meant to cook the turkey, and I almost cooked my goose. Go ahead and say it. I've been a silly old fool.
No, Ben. You're not old yet.
Oh, Deborah. I'm afraid I've met my match this time.
Maybe electricity is best left alone.
Left alone? But, Deborah...
Ben, all your work, the stove, the bifocals, the militia, the library, all those things made sense. They improved our lives. But I don't see the purpose in electricity. I just don't want you to become a funny old man performing parlor tricks.
All right, Mr. Hill.
He's all right. He's got a little justice dispensed on him, is all. Here, Justice, sir. Better take this.
You are the cause of this, Mr. Miller.
He strikes just where he wants to. Those are your very words.
You and your superstitious ways have brought condemnation upon this fair city.
No, he just...
Move the wagons back. We're too close. Back up.
The stress finally snapped his noodle.
Morning, Mr. Franklin.
Aw, Father, you're just in time. See what you think.
Fine, fine. Except you've got the wrong lead story.
Wrong lead. That was the biggest fire in Philadelphia history.
Scrap it. We'll start again.
Lightning and electricity, the same thing? I don't know, Father. This could cause quite a stir.
I know. Better print an extra 1,000.
For years, we have submissively allowed lightning to punish us as if it was something we deserved.
But now, I solemnly declare that lightning and electricity are the same thing. And anyone familiar with electricity
knows that electricity can be controlled. And if electricity can be controlled, then lightning can be controlled too. We have entered a new age.
For lightning is no longer an evil force or heavenly anger. It's just plain old nature.
Dear friends, I must confess, I don't understand your anger.
A wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what you are, Ben Franklin. God's justice can be prevented, and you call yourself a believer.
I am a believer, Justice Hill, but I also believe that God is anxious to help those who help themselves.
Blasphemy! Do you hear? Blasphemy!
Justice Hill, sir. Haven't you noticed that all the buildings struck by lightning were the tallest buildings in the area?
Mere happenstance. A coincidence.
No. Lightning is simply attracted to the nearest object, not the most unholy.
Mr. Franklin, the deepest crevice in the deepest valley cannot hide a sinner from God. And if you persist in your scientific superstitions, you shall be the next to receive his bright blast from the heavens.
Very well, Justice Hill. You've made your point.
So, you've seen the light. Good, men, good. Return to your homes, everyone. The alarm is past. Mr. Franklin is a changed man.
Well, I suppose I'll just have to prove it to you. You say lightning is God's justice. Very well. Then I shall hold God's justice in my hands. Elephant wings. Here you go, Pooch. Come on now, don't be a nuisance. You wouldn't want to stand in the way of science, would you? Now, give me that. Catch him, Will. Get him.
I'm trying.
That does it. I'm proposing a strict leash law.
Just our luck. 2 inches of rain and not a single bolt of lightning.
I'm not so sure we need a bolt of lightning. Look, something's acting on this string. There's electricity up there, all right.
I don't see it.
Come on. Show yourself. Bet I can catch you. Come on. Afraid? Oh, William, get the Leyden jar. The Leyden jar. We've caught it, Will. We've caught it.
Why does my building have to be the first?
Because yours is the tallest. Justice?
I don't like it. It points to the heavens as if daring God to strike.
Oh, quite the contrary. But in the event that the rod is struck, the charge will be channeled to the wire and then be drawn safely down to the ground.
I'm not so sure.
Yes, but I am.
It's time, Ben. Benjamin Franklin, your fair city thanks you, as does the nation and the world. And today, you become the first American to receive that coveted medal from the Royal Society of London.
Hey, that's mine! You... Got it!
What was that?
It was nothing, my dear. Go back to bed. We are safe. We're perfectly safe.
Blue sky, that's where I catch my dreams. Up there, that is where dreams are born and they fly. Hand up and I've got one. Hold on and it's mine. I'll keep reaching up till I run out of sky. Blue sky, full of my dearest dreams, pulls me toward the stars, toward the sun, heaven high.